Hi guys, this is Andrew over here in the XCFL on Xbox One, and I've had a few requests on me showing how we do live commentary over our games, and I'm just going to show you the method I use. I'm sure there's tons of other methods and some might be better, but this works and it's been working for us. So right now you can see I have a program opened right here. It's called OBS Studio. So OBS Studio is open down here, and I have it set right now. You can see it's set to display capture right here. So I'll kind of give you a quick rundown on how OBS works and how we use it to do live commentary over our games. The first thing that's important is to know that over here, these are called your scenes, and as you click through these, this is what is going to appear on your screen next. I am in studio mode down here. That's how it shows that way. If you weren't in studio mode, it shows up as just one window there in the center like that. So I like being in studio mode because it shows what it has a queue over here on the left side. This is kind of your queue. So the way this works is you set up a scene. Like for example, right here I have a scene. This is our waiting screen, and then over here, come down here and you can click plus, and it'll bring up this, and this is our broadcast screen. It basically, and I have it set to loop right here, and basically if you watch when I transition over, I'll click this transition button and you will see our waiting screen right now. And I have this set up just kind of to kill time. That way I don't have to if the users are late or if we want to talk a little longer before they start, we can have this up as long as we need. Anyway, so that's our waiting screen over here. We then do have an intro, and I want to show how to actually get that brought up. So our intro, if you come down here, you hit the plus, and then these are all of your options of what you can add. And if you want to add any video or any audio, you need to use media source. If you're going to add an image, obviously you use image, and I'll get into a couple others later. So media source, and I browse, and this is my broadcast folder. Right, let's see, where is our intro? Right here is our intro. I do not want it to loop. Click OK. And now you can see that right here is our intro. The thing about OBS sometimes is kind of weird. So if you right click on it, you can do a transform right here and do fit to screen. And now you see up here the red lines around all this. It has fit to the screen and is much larger. So now if you watch when I hit transition, I haven't put any audio in, but watch what happens. Now as you see, it brings up our little intro video that we have at the beginning of our broadcasts. So anyway, enough with that. So you can do whatever you want. Sometimes we'll do like a pre-game show graphic. So you can put that up here and go over to image. And sometimes we'll put up like for example, we did one over the Chargers and the Bengals. So we might put that up right there. Let's fit that to screen. So now after our intro plays, as soon as our intro is done playing, we transition to our pregame screen, and now we can talk over an image that shows offensive rank, defensive rank, and all that fun stuff. And you can put up whatever you want. You can put up a player, like key player images. You can put up what we have here. You can literally put up whatever you want. So over here, and now the part that I still don't have perfect, I would like to get it a little more clean, is our actual Gamecast screen. And I have this that I made using a program called GIMP online. It's more or less a free Photoshop type program, and basically it allows you to create images where you have no background, so the background is transparent. Well, what this is, and I'll get rid of it a second so you can see. You go into image once again, and you pick the image. I will point one thing out is if you look at my file names right there, you'll see this is a JPEG, and watch the difference. When you open a JPEG, notice it has a white background. That's because whenever you export a picture as a JPEG, it automatically puts everything that's void, puts it as white. However, if you come in and whenever you're creating this, if you save it as a PNG file like you see here, then it saves everything as it's transparent. And then once again, you will want to come in here and hit transform, fit to screen. It's also Control F. So now, I'm not sure why it's not showing up. Oh, it's because I didn't get it. There you go. Because yes, I actually don't want to fit it to screen. So if you'll notice, the way this is set up, there is some black down here below right here, and there's a little black up here. So when I made this, I didn't quite scale it correctly, and that's something that I do want to go back and fix at some point, but at this point I really don't care. It's Madden 17. Once Madden 18 comes out, I'll have a much cleaner overlay. So, and you can also rename these down here so you can keep track of what you're doing. Like, there you go, rename. Like this, I would call my overlay because it's what lays over the actual broadcast. Okay, so the next part is the difficult part. I figured out about 3 different ways to do it, and I'll show you my favorite so far. So let's go down here to a Google Chrome. I'm gonna open a fresh one so it's not all crowded. So, and then we require whatever game we want to broadcast to be twitched. So you go to Twitch. For the purpose of this, I'll just pick one of our previous ones. So if you come down here, this game was played just last week, it looks like. So let's click on that one. And what I like now is, this is the method I've chose to use, and I'll kind of show you a couple other ones. If you go down here to settings and do pop out player, it brings you a link. So then if you copy that link, you then can close out of everything you have open, which is why I like this, because it reduces what's actually running on your computer. And then come down here to browser source. If I can type, oh my goodness. And then here in this URL screen, you paste that Twitch video right there. And I'll even leave it for a second. You can kind of watch what happens. Now it has switched to that Twitch stream. You can see this is that Twitch that we were just watching, and now it's right there. So, and now you can do whatever you want to resize it. You won't always have it where it perfectly fits to where you want. Like if I put it in the corner right there, and if I stretch it, obviously it's not gonna fit perfectly, and you'll never get that unless you really spend a lot of time getting down to your sizing and settings. And again, that's something I haven't done and do probably need to do. So let's let this advertisement get out of the way, and we'll see what we're working with, and I'll show you how I go about doing it. Because in my opinion, you can have a little black around the edges and it's not going to kill anybody. So I take and I put this at the very kind of, I stretch it out, and I just, as I stretch it out, I kind of move this kind of the top just, and then I keep stretching until I find, like right there, you'll see that it's horizontally it fits. But if I do vertical, there's some black space on the top and on the bottom. And if you do look down here, notice the overlay is underneath gameplay. That's why you can't see the bottom. So just go ahead and take this and click it up, and now you see that bottom screen. That's actually not too awful bad. And this little window here is not there during live broadcasts, so it's never an issue. But that's actually not too bad. I mean, you got a little black here at the top and a little black at the bottom. And actually, if I wanted to stay with this setup, what I'd probably do is I'd probably move this down to where it fits at the very bottom, like so. And then I'd probably move this, probably move this down to there, and then I'll probably just create something here up top, another image or something that I can string across there. Maybe it's a scoreboard. Well, I already have a scoreboard. Maybe it's just a list of users, a list of something. That would be what I'd go about doing. But that's basically the way you do it. And as you see down here, mic auxiliary, you do have to actually come up here into your file settings, and go to audio, and you do actually have to enable your auxiliary input, like your microphone, as well as any desktop audio devices you do use. So, and then obviously when you click transition, what you'll see is it transitions that game over, and now I can do any live commentary I want entirely over this game. So as you can see, the Jaguars are getting ready to beat the Bengals right here. I can commentate, and as I commentate, my speech will be exactly where my video stream is, so that way you don't have a delay. So let's transition back over. And there's tons and tons of things you can play with. You can play with different transitions. If you come down here, you've got scene transitions. This Lumo wipe, you'll see right here, there are tons and tons of options. I mean, there's an unreal amount of transitions you can do. If you saw that transition there, it's kind of a different type of transition. So really, there are there are numerous transitions that you can work with. So it doesn't really matter which one you pick. But and then we also have an outro that we had made. So if I went in here, media source, clicked it, our outro is this one right here. And now it is, and you can right click it, flip the screen, and now we have our outro that we had made. And that's just what we do at the end. It shows our Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and all that fun stuff. While I said that I use the browser source, I will say that there are other methods. So let me kind of show you what some other people do. I don't have success with it, so I'm not going to try it too awful much. But you can do a where's it at? A window capture, to where when you click this here, any windows you have open, here let's open Chrome. So now any window I have open, when you, let's see if it'll work. Let me try to open it after that. Remove that now. I don't have a lot of luck with the window capture. There you go. So now there's a window capture. Notice it's capturing my Chrome window that I have open. If you click OK, I'll just kind of leave it there and we'll see if it works. And for me, it doesn't work. I don't know what it is about it, but for me, I can't get it to work. Some people, that's what they use primarily, and they love using the window capture. So try it out. Maybe it'll work for you. And heck, if you're watching this and I'm doing something wrong, let me know, because the window capture I just can't ever get to work. But it is a fairly effective method. However, you have to have that running in the background of your computer while you're doing everything else. Another method, and this is the one I started out doing because I hadn't figured out the browser source, is to use display capture, which is what I'm using here to broadcast the whole thing to you. But if you use display capture, I already have it open, so it's not going to do it very well. But if you use display capture, and then if you fit the display to that window you have right here, the only tricky part about this one is, as soon as you click transition, it's going to show your screen, so you have to be full screen already. So then you got to set up hotkeys. So my preferred method is the browser source, but there are other methods, and just kind of play around with them. YouTube different tutorials, and you'll find all kinds of tips. Obviously, having this mic auxiliary, this is just me talking into I have a little home recording studio, so I have an audio interface and all that, but if you had any microphone plugged in, this is where it'd be showing up. You will notice I use desktop audio, and the reason I do that is, let me close that now. We use Discord. Discord is a program that it's actually similar to GroupMe, except for it has voice chat as well and a few other neat features. But I've created an XCFL broadcast server, so then down here I can join. I can join the broadcast chat. So now you see I'm chatting in the broadcast. So if any of our other guys that do any broadcasting with me, if any of them join over here, as long as I have this in the back, minimized or in the background, I can hear them. And so as long as I have this desktop audio, they would come through the stream and you'd be able to hear them as well. For some strange reason, and I don't know the reason for it, but when you're doing Discord, you do have to have your own mic separately. Like if I had 5 guys in that chat, you'd be able to hear all 5 of them through this desktop audio except for me. For some, I don't know what the catch is on that or why it causes that, so that's just a little tip. We started doing one broadcast and people are commenting, hey, I can only hear one person. Hey, I can't hear you. So then I went in here and I set up this mic auxiliary input, and it seemed to work fine. And you can adjust the volume, so you see now I'm going to get quieter, 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 louder, 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 louder. So you can adjust that however you need. Let's see. Really, there's not too much else. That's kind of the gist of it. The main key is if you do not use studio mode, you only have one screen to work with right now, so that when you click these, it's instantly what you see recording. So if I click Gamecast, as soon as I click this, it's what you are going to see. So I like studio mode a lot more because I can put something up here to the left and it's kind of queued up. So you guys are still watching whatever this is over here. Then I can click transition, and now you're watching that. Then I can come over, and you can't see this, but then I can come down and click that intro scene, transition to the intro. Now you see that. Go down to my Gamecast scene, transition, and now you see that. So really, to me, studio mode makes it really simple and is how I prefer to do it. But again, everyone's different, has their own method. So the biggest thing about this is just play with it. Like you'll learn new things about this every day if you just get in and play with it. And obviously, like right here, my overlay is not sized perfectly. So spend a little time, and if that's something that bothers you, then fix it. Me personally, it's Madden 17. This is more just testing it out for us. When Madden 18 rolls around, we'll have a very nice overlay completed. Everything will be fit to the screen. It'll fit the size perfectly, and we won't have these issues. But for right now, we're just trying to get it all figured out on how to do it and the best ways to do it, and then we'll do some fine-tuning later. Let's see. I don't think there's really anything else in here that you would need to use. Game capture would be as if you were streaming a game and you had the game open. You could just hit game capture, and it would automatically capture that game, which is kind of cool. But more than anything, you're going to use the media source for any videos or images, videos or audio, image for any pictures, and then I use browser source with that pop-out player link from Twitch. But you can do the window capture. I suggest trying that out because for some strange reason on my Mac laptop, the window capture works. And on this PC, the window capture, when I click it, I can't get it to do anything. So I don't know if it's a setting somewhere that I'm missing. I'm kind of new to this too. I've only been messing with it for about a month now. So I guess I will say something about audio. We do not, in our waiting screen, obviously when I click this, you'll notice there's no audio, there's no sound, it's quiet. And that was just something we decided. We didn't really care if it had audio. We can change whatever song we want. So if you click plus, media source, and then find, can't remember what song. You just pick whichever song you want. This NFL Pump Up MP3 that was downloaded from YouTube. You can loop it. And now you'll see, and you can rename these two to keep track. I'm just kind of not doing it just because of time. But you can rename this here as song, and you can rename this as wait screen. Doesn't make a difference. But now if you watch, and this might be a little loud, so I'll turn it down here in a second. But now when I transition,
like we always do with this time.
Turn that down. Sorry if that was a little loud. Now as I transition, you'll hear that song in the background. And you have down in your mixer at the bottom, you have a slider for the song. So really that's about all there is to it. Just get in and play with it. If you have any other questions, let me know. But I hope this helped, and I hope it's something that you guys can use. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.